Man, it sure is nice having one of the amazing Manderville weapons. It's definitely not because it's been like 3 months since I did an episode of this, like recorded. And so I've done a lot of fun stuff. Definitely not. Definitely not. So yeah, hello everyone. Welcome back to more Endwalker, where it's been a little while. It's almost May right now. I believe I finished recording like Endwalker back in like at the well, I guess it's only been like 2 months, right? Because it's almost May, and I finished in like March. So March, April. It really hasn't been that long. Um, Probably no time for you at all, but we'll see how that goes. I've been missing, um, like I've been having issues getting some episodes up at current, like as of time of recording, just because there's been so much going on and things, and I just keep forgetting to like upload stuff. Not that any of that will matter by the time this goes up, but um, I mean, now you know why back in April I was like uploading very little. Oh boy. Yeah, things have been interesting. Um, but yeah, so one of the things is that I do have the amazing Manderville rapier. Because I went through and I, did all of that. I've done all of the Manderville stuff all the way up to the end of 6.35, which is awesome. Definitely hyped to see what comes in 6.4, both for Manderville weapons and just content wise. Um, but also, I realized like I need to sit down and finish recording Endwalker episodes because I have been here at freaking, 6 point whatever, 6.1 content for a long time. Um, so I have done Aglaya and Euphrasia and all of Abyssos. It has been a lot of fun. I very much do enjoy both of these. You can see I've already done this week's Euphrasia content. Um, so, but yeah, I realized one of the things with getting these Manderville weapons is that you need astronomy tomes. And the biggest issue with getting the astronomy tomes is the fact that I don't yet have the expert roulette, and that requires doing content from 6.1 through, or 6.2 and 6.3. Also, at the end of May, the 6.2 dungeon is supposed to be moving into the 90s roulette, and thus I will lose access to that soon if I don't push through. And it to be clear, it's not that I've like not been enjoying the content. I really have. I've just had so many things that I'm trying to do. Like I haven't been recording any videos because I'm trying to do other things. We're trying to make a game, trying to like stream more. recording freaking videos, trying to record videos, but then not getting them recorded. And also not getting any sleep the last 2 weeks has been really it has been really like causing me problems. So, but yeah, I mean, last we saw, I think I only had Red Mage at 90. And now you can see I've got so many classes to 90. And fully enjoying many of them. Dancer actually has kind of become my main. I actually have an augmented Lunar Envoy weapon for for Dancer, which is currently the highest tier that you can get. So it's also the only augmented Lunar Envoy weapon I have. I do have 2 pieces of augmented Lunar Envoy gear here. But most of it's like Purgatory or Arena Skeeta, which is all 610. So, but really, like, it's not that big of, like, the difference between, like, 620 and 610 is not that much, Also, I have some hypostatic gear here. So, like, gear from Euphrasia is better than Arena Skeeta, but only if it's not augmented. So, but, like, you can see, like, 301 strength from a 610, 318 strength from a 620, and I think it's like 330 strength at 630. So, well, no, I don't actually know, because I don't have any 630 gear on this character, or on my thing, the Reaper, my Reaper. So, I mean, let's see. It's 336 here. And then if I switch back to Reaper, it's 318. So, I mean, it's not a big, like, difference at all. It's only a couple of numbers, and, like, the issue is that, like, ooh, so I get an extra 2 strength when my strength is already freaking, 2,000, and, it's 2,724. I mean, really not going to be that big of a difference. So, yeah. Anyway, let's continue these quests here. Oh, Kassandra. Matsuya had, it's been a while. Matsuya had that, like, high-pitched voice, right? Oh, Kassandra, I was so glad to see you had returned unharmed. You finished with the boat, then? I have, actually. We went out, we did a whole dungeon, and now Varshan wants to, do some stuff. Anything the village desperately needs? Well, I suppose Calzel's loss hit us the hardest. Been trying to find buyers for my fish, but although I sell a few here and there, it's so much more difficult than it was before. Everyone's still struggling to rebuild their lives. For now, we're just banding together as best we can. Alrighty. And let's head off to Garlemald. Also, you can see I've been doing the Arcasodera quest lines, and like I've completed everything with that. Freaking, I'm at Bloodsworn. So, Just using it for experience now. I mean, that's what I was using it for to begin with. But it was like experience plus a storyline. Now it's just experience. So, greetings and welcome, traveler. If this is your first visit to Thavnair, then you must try my special armor lassi. Its refreshing zest cannot be beat. What could such a wonder cost, you wonder? Normally I part with 3 bottles for the generous price of 19,800 gil, but for you, I'm willing to go as low as even 10,000. You'd be practically stealing from me. Stealing at that price? You're the only thief around here. Still not turning a profit these days. I am not Estinian. Still not turning a profit these days. Times are harsh, my friend. The world may no longer be on fire, but we are still sifting through the ashes, so to speak. Sister, spare me. Might as well have that ugly tower back for the scant few travelers we see these days. I myself barely have the coin to buy at local prices. I tell you, if I didn't charge an odd adventurer a small fortune for afternoon tea, I'd be scavenging for scraps in the street. Yeah. I am not Estinian. I like that. It's like, I am not Estinian. So, I actually, another reason I, started this idea of recording was I was actually going to do some recording of the 2 raids just to have them as videos and upload them. But unfortunately, when I tried to record it, nobody was really, available, so. How fares the port? Well, it's in shambles, isn't it? Trade routes are open once more now that the danger is past, certainly, but no small number of merchants have had to sell their ship to make ends meet in short term. Add to that the sailors we lost in the final days, and it's little wonder the flow of exports is no more than a pitiful trickle. If Calzal and this consortium were still with us, I'm sure he'd have found a way to turn our fortunes around. Now that was a man who got things done, God's rest his soul. You've spoken with key local figures, gained an understanding of Populus' hardships. Varshan awaits your report at Megaduta. I mean, at least they, reminded me that's where I needed to go. I do wonder, the problem was last time it was almost 4 o'clock. I wonder if I could get into any of them now. And I know that people are probably watching this for the storyline. But I think it would be fun to try and get into it. It'll just be Aglaya. But let's queue and we'll give it a couple of minutes as we head over to Megaduta. One thing I just want to see is once we get to a couple minutes in, it'll actually tell us who's in queue. And if there's a large number of people, then I wouldn't be opposed to just seeing if I can get in. But if there's not, then I might, drop out. But yeah, let's give it a couple of minutes. Usually about 2 minutes is when it tells you, who all is in queue and whatnot. Or now, actually, after just a minute. So, there are 3 tanks, 2 healers, and 8 DPS. The problem is that it looks like there's an average wait time of 30 minutes. So that tells me that there might not be any chance for us to get in. So, we'll see how it goes. Let's talk to Varshan, and if it pops while I'm talking to him, great. If not, then we'll see after. My advisor's return. I just made it back myself. Also, I listened to the English voice acting, and I noticed all of the people in um this Thavnair all had that like accent to them. I don't know what you would call it. I would say like Persian Arabic. So I'm gonna try to do that for the people here. Even Varshan had it. So why did you retain this vessel now that your true form is known? You could have flown across the island in a fraction of the time. Be that as it may, the sight of a massive creature descending from the sky can be startling to say the least, and there are few places I can enter comfortably without risking of flattening some cart or stall. Fair enough. As for my inquiries, the people of Palaka's stand were unanimous in their reply. They are surviving. Resources were stretched to the limit when refugees were pouring in, but they persevered with some assurance from Garlemald. From what I understand, they've always been an independent community, hunters and foragers and the like, and I was assured that the jungle provides for their needs, for the most part. Sorry, I thought I could, like, stealthily grab something behind me, and I could not, so... Whoops. Knocked things over. Palaka's stand has weathered the disaster better than most, it seems. I myself heard good news and bad. The quarrymen were cautiously optimistic, having just sold a full wagon of giant skull to a foreign trader. But such visitors are few and far between. Compared to our best years, the weight of stone leaving Thavnair has been light indeed. Our nation is small and isolated, its prosperity dependent on a steady stream of exports. We must identify any obstacles to the flow of trade so we may begin working to remove them. Tell me, what did you learn in Akyali and Garlemald? Just that things are slow, really. People are just not coming. I see. Without a dedicated buyer, the average fisherman must struggle to offload his daily catch. Which is why I believe we should first address the lack of ships and shortage of able-bodied soldiers in Garlemald. Sailors, rather. I am reminded of a child I spied as I made my way back to the palace. His father lost at sea when the beast sunk their vessel. So many variations of the same tragic tale, repeated over and over. So many lives lost. So many people. Enough grief to drown in if we let ourselves be overcome, but we will not. Kassandra, Estinian, I will consider the perspectives you've brought me and devise a plan to help my people confront this adversity. Come, I would like you to be in attendance when I announce the proposal to my assembled functionaries. Well, no Aglaya yet. It's been about 5 minutes since we queued, which is probably a good thing considering. Oh, am I gonna need his act? Like, am I gonna need dragon voice? Oh, it's voiced. Thank God.
聖戦師団に運んでもらった金銀財宝はアルダダールの名を借りて私が有事に備えて蓄えてきたものだ。それを投じるべきは今を置いて他にあるまい。終末により傷ついた多彩なる都に彩る。常ならばこのような時私は大主たちに頼りその仕事に任せてきた。
For Ahwan.
今ここに私が大主として指針を示す。まず宝物殿より運び出した財宝の換金を進め、これを財源としてゲドリマンの交易商に出資すべし。人手と船を失った商人を助け、交易の活性化を促すのだ。無論あれほどの惨劇を経験したのだ。誰もが支援を必要としていることは重々承知している。だが交易商への支援はカルザール商会という大きな卸先を失った漁師や職人、石膏たちを救うことにもつながると信じている。
週末で親を失った子供たちへの対応はどうするつもりだ？
その点は私も懸念するところだ。ただ単に金を施すだけではいずれ資金は枯渇し、孤児たちが再び路頭に迷うことになってしまう。子供たちを恒久的に保護していくための新たな施策を考えなければならないと思っている。そこで冒険者として数多くの国を見てきた君の意見を聞きたいのだが。
Taxes. Levy them on trade profits in exchange for your investment. It takes a village. Ilsair's orphanage was funded through trade in highly coveted goods. I helped with Idleshire, so...
そうか。素晴らしいアイデアだ。出資の条件として商人たちに売り上げの一部を孤児院運営に拠出するよう契約を結ぶとしよう。さて、そうとなればこの制度にも名を付けたいところだが。
Olzadal's legacy? Something with Kalzol seems appropriate. Why not honor one of our most successful merchants? Yeah. Kalzol. That's actually better than Olzadal's legacy. So... I figured it might be Olzadal's legacy just because that was like the name of the quest line, but... Nope. Kalzol.
ラザハンの偉大な交易商として彼の名を残そうというのか。異論などあるはずもない。しかしこの中にも獣に家族を奪われた者は多い。
あの時は多かれ少なかれみんなが動揺していた。誰もが獣になる可能性があったんです。カルザールさんを救えなかった悔しさはあれど、恨んでなんかいませんよ。みんなだってそうだろ。
Yeah. It's not like it was his fault anyway, you know.
メラドとか言ったか。これでアコギな商売から足を洗えるかもな。
Yeah. I'll admit, I forgot about that. Kolzol Foundation. Nice.
ナブディーンは隊を編成し、孤児たちを保護するべく巡回へ向かってくれ。
Very nice.
君たちは直ちに基金の運用を開始してくれ。一刻も早く困窮した民を救うのだ。
am a little sad that this area is like
竜と
instant.
人が手を取り合って立ち上がろうとしている。思い出すな。
Like you can't
シュガルド。
you can't come to this room. I'd like to come to this room and see Varshan. Or not Varshan, but Vertra. You know, just sitting there, but you can't go there. So Elegant silver pieces. We'll take the Elegant silver. And then we'll also see where we're at. Ooh! Looking like we might get a party formed here in a few more minutes. That would be nice. Veteran Radiant wishes to share his gratitude. Maybe about halfway, 30 minutes in, we'll get it. Thank you for putting forth Kalzal's name. Those who live, those whose lives he enriched will take comfort in seeing his legacy honored. You will forgive me for not speaking sooner, but I bear a message from Archon Yestola. She asks that you meet her at the High Crucible at your earliest convenience. Understood. Thank you. Yestola must have finished her study of the Void Gate. Shall we hear what she has to say, then? I will go with you. I thought the satrap would be too busy setting up the foundation. My clerks have been the well-oiled cogs of this administration since before Afwan assumed the office. They understand what needs to be done, and I am curious to learn what conclusions your Archon has reached concerning the gate's unique construction. As you wish. Allow me to lead the way, Your Excellency. The, quest accepted music made me jump for some reason. I don't know why. I was like, da 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 da. I was like, what the frick? I legitimately jumped there for a second. I don't know why. Okay, well, we've got another healer in the group. I think one of the DPS might have switched to healer, because we had 13, 15, and we had 4, 6. Now we have 5, 6, and 12, 15. But I don't know. Yestola at the High Crucible of Alchemia. Part of me wants to just pause and wait to see what it does. But also part of me is going if I pause and wait, I guarantee you that it'll be 20 minutes from now, and we still won't get in. Meanwhile, if I don't do that, it'll be 5 minutes, but also it'll be at a really inconvenient time when we finally get into Aglaya. We got one more healer, but our DPS jumped down. All we can do is wait and see. It might just be too late. I didn't think about recording until just a couple minutes ago, so.
あの制御装置を調べた結果、ボイドゲートを封印する機能は見つかったものの、拡張する機能は確認できなかった。ブリトラの言葉通り、ゲートを広げるためには、かつて錬金術師たちが用いた方法について調べる必要があるわ。
そんな分かりきったことを説明するために俺たちを呼んだわけじゃないだろう。世界を渡る方法とやらの手がかりは見つかったのか？
それを今から説明させてもらうわ。 ず前提として世界を飛び越えるには次元の狭間を通る必要があるの。あなたが第一世界へと呼ばれた時のことを思い出してちょうだい。
I remember the moment when we were called to the first.
第一世界側にいた召喚者、つまり水晶光がクリスタルタワーの機能を利用した召喚術を展開した。あの時、あなたは目印となる装置に触れたはずよ。これによって世界を隔てる壁に穴が開けられ、あなたは次元の狭間に落ちた。そこはどの世界にも属していない、まさしく狭間と呼ぶにふさわしい空間。
Right.
その後、召喚術に引き寄せられる形であなたは狭間を脱して第一世界側に出ることができたという。
Whoopsies. Click too
あら
early.
ゆる時間と空間がもつれた次元の狭間を原初世界から第一世界まで正確に誘導してみせた。
なら原初世界へやってくる用意どもは誰がどうやって誘導しているっていうんだ。
Yeah, I was just kind of wondering that. There's a lot of void sent here, you know.
着眼点ね。
Somehow they are getting across, so
用意がこちら側へ来る方法はいくつかあるのだけれど、その代表例といえばやはり用意召喚でしょうね。
rituals of summoning.
そうね。ガーゴイルと呼ばれる注意の用意を例に説明してみましょうか。
Ooh. Oh, and of course, what was I saying about it being at a really inconvenient time? Right in the middle of a cutscene. I guarantee you, if I had paused the episode, this would not have triggered. So, well, we'll pick that up as soon as we finish Aglaya. So, gotta do a real quick finish of brushing my hair here. I was taking that chance to brush my hair because my hair is an absolute freaking like mess right now, because I haven't brushed it in a couple of days, which is terrible. It's really like I need to get into the habit of brushing it every day. I'm just not in that habit yet, and it's been a couple of days. So luckily we seem to be kind of at a like pause here due to this Reaper viewing the cutscene. I'm going to grab Entrus Cryos, and then Nyx can grab either Chaos Monkey or Voroon. So, although I think we may have put both on Entrus, so I will grab Chaos. Well, I'll wait and a moment because, you know, cooldowns. But like, I'll wait a moment after just to ensure that they don't move. Yep, there they go. Okay, they grabbed Chaos Monkey.
さあ人の古来かかってくるがよい。
Now, I've not done this on a recording. I know that one of the bosses causes my PC a lot of frame lag. So here's hoping that's not the case. Also, I am having, like, actual lag. Like, wow, what is going on? I'm not streaming or using any bandwidth or anything, but I can see that there is some very clear, like, lag going on. Standing right here should be fine. It really was not fine. Seems like it's cleared itself up now, though. Whoa, I am getting some frames, though. Or getting some lack of frames, I should say. Let's zoom out just a little bit so I can see better. Jay, you can see, like, I'll click a button and there'll be a moment before the animation actually plays. I'm not sure why that is. I've, like, never seen that happen before. Whoa, I was almost standing on that. Also, I am running out of dance. Which side is this on? It must be up there. Yes, it is. Okay. Okay, it's going right. There it is. I like that one a little bit because it's funny to watch the noobs. Where it's like, okay, you know, normally you would want to stand in the spot where it's like, yes, this is going to be dodging. But then you don't, like, you're looking at the other players going, why are they not, like, dodging this attack? And then it moves right onto them and it's like, oh. It's like, yes. Some of us know what we're doing in this raid. So, unfortunately, there's not a lot of, like, gear that you can get with stuff from this raid. Not that's, like, overly good, I guess. Whoa, be over here. Frickin' always with the stupid getting hit by the blue. Also, I ran out of dance again. It's one thing I really dislike about Dancer is constantly having to keep up the dance. The standard step. Oh, we're gonna knock out Virgot. Yep. I was gonna say we're gonna knock out Virgot before we even get to the, like, second version of that. Whoa, frick. I just almost fell out of my chair. Because I shifted and then frickin' slid. Aiming and casting again. Gosh dang. So, my samurai currently has the basic level 90 gear, which is item level 560. So one thing that I've been trying to do is to see if I can get the striking gear that's in this. Not for the glam, but just for the appearance. Or not for the glam, but for just having the gear. And I know that there's obviously the Rena Skita gear. You know, I mean, I'm currently... Oh, frick. Pain. I still haven't figured out how to tell where that is. But, I mean, you can see, you know, I've got the Rena Skita gear, so I am aware that it exists. The problem is that I don't have a crafter And the cheapest that the striking gear is, last time I looked, it was like 400,000 gil for one piece, which, I mean, is a little cheap. It's not too bad. It's just I've only got, what, 3 million right now? And for a full set of Renaskita gear at 300,000, that's gonna cost like 1.5 or so. And that's like my concern. Ow, frickin' heck. Really terrible at seeing those attacks. Oh, got it. Okay. So, here's the other issue that I have with Dancer. It's a lot of skill procs, as opposed to, you know, you just do a 1, 2, 3 combo. And so, a lot of my focus is down towards the hotbar, which luckily, for the most part, you can usually see, like, the skills that are being, you know, the markers and stuff that are going off, kind of behind that a little bit. But I can't focus at the center of the screen, because I'm having to focus down here at the hotbar. So. Alright, Velgar. This guy's got a really cool freaking pattern. Oh, I need to get closer. Also, I'm sure somebody is going to comment on the fact that I haven't used the freaking technical steps like even once. And that's just because I never really have figured out when the best time to throw that in at is. I know that somebody would say, well, during the burst period. I don't do burst period. I know that that's supposed to be like the game style, but it's stupid. And I hate everything about it. And all content that I have seen thus far has not required the burst period. And so I just don't. You know? Whee! Oops. I am pretty surprised that they went with the idea that, like, all of the statues and things are very, like, accurate. You know, for the 12. Normally you would expect that you would discover, like, oh, they're not really accurate at all. But here it's like, no, they are accurate, you know? Sorry, whoops, I turned that down too much. And I don't know if I am, but I feel like I'm screaming over the freaking raid here. There's so many people. So I was trying to turn the volume down. Whoop, I ran out of dance again. They don't usually move Relgar around this much. It's actually slightly annoying. They have been. Oh, I was wondering if I was in the wrong spot. I was trying to track, but I did not at all. Oh, frick. Wow. Great jorb. Immortals, enter my realm if you dare. And then Derek says something like, another domain, one aspected to fire. There it is. What did we actually get? We got casting and aiming. Really should have probably just waited a moment and then maybe they would have grabbed the freaking passage thing for this area, but oh well. Endless City will be sealed off in 15 seconds. We're not gonna get over there in 15 seconds. Maybe if I sprinted, but well, considering it took that long for Peloton to activate, the answer is no. Would not have made it over. I don't know what's the freaking going on with the like lag. Oh. Ow. I swear I know how to do this. Alright, stay out here. I'll move in. Lions down. Now we gotta move in again. Whenever I see somebody playing Dark Knight and using the freaking like shadow form thing, since it doesn't, you know, dodge attacks or anything, I'm always like, why is this person just like standing there taking these like hits? And I realize, oh, that's not a person. That's a freaking a skill. Oops. Zakra Varuna and Kami Gummy. Kami Gummy Bears. Okay, this one tends to freaking give me no frames the whole fight. So this should be fun. Because I'm recording, which is going to lower my frames even more. You'll notice that, like, as soon as the fight began, the frames went down. Which is really odd. Because it's not like anything's, like, changed visually at the start of the fight. And yet, the frames drop dramatically at that moment. Whoa, I almost got hit there. You know, I had this dream a couple of days ago. I think I mentioned it on one of my streams. Back in April, of course. That was like really weird. And the problem is like, I was trying to tell the story of like what happened, and I couldn't remember the dream like at all, except for like one section that I could. Well, I still remember that bit, and it's really annoying because I really want to know what the dream was. I really want to know more. Okay, now focus. Back, side, back, side, back. Thought that was 4, but it was 5. Maybe it's random. I am doing a very bad job of keeping my dance up, and part of that is I'm trying to focus on other, everything else. Right? I always miss that one. And part of it is I'm trying to focus on the fight, but also I'm recording, so I like need to be talking and stuff like that, And that is definitely causing me to, like lose a little bit of focus that I would normally have. So that would probably be normally reserved for the use of, the dance. So oh boy. Let's see if I can remember this. I always struggle with this part. Alright, starting over here first. Alright. Got it. That's the part that gets me. It's just like, okay, it's back, right, left, or left, back, left, right, whichever one it decides to do. But then it's like, okay, but which way was back? Which way was back, which way was left, and which way is right now? I also, like I said, there's definitely some kind of like serious like connection lag going on. My ping is much lower than it should be, or higher, or whatever it is. I think it's higher. Oh boy. Where will it be? Back, side, back, side, back. And my freaking keyboard disconnected there. That's why I suddenly just started moving. I don't remember if I have the corselet of striking. Guess we'll... I guess it won't matter unless I actually get it, but I'll greet it. It's not like I can do anything other than greet anyway. This music is so good. I always click no, because then it looks like there's more people waiting on cutscenes than there actually are. Once I know that people are good, then I'll click yes. But it's just Chaos Monkey, but that's fine. There he is, though, Nalthal. Like, now I did, you know. But I always hit no, because it's like, no, not everybody is ready. Because a lot of tanks, when it's like one person says no, they'll just be like, okay, there's enough people. And so I try to click no as to be an extra person. So you'll be able to comprehend it. Yes, I will, because I've done this fight so many times. Whoa, it's me that's the freaking person. I was the one that was being freaking targeted there. I think I've only been the one being targeted like twice. Counting that one. As above, so below. Orange. So he actually does 2 attacks there. And it's dependent on the background that determines which of the attacks actually goes off, which is really cool. Here it's orange. So we're safe if we run over here to blue. I always want to sing to this song, but I will spare you my singing. Maybe. I really do want to sit here and sing to the song. I don't know the lyrics, like, hardly at all. But I know most of them. Like, I know some of them. God, I hate this part. It's the hardest part for me. Well, I knew that was coming. This side. Not this side. And then time for circle. Actually a class that can take advantage of still using their skills while we're doing circle here. Not doing black mage or anything. I don't know how you would play black mage in this content at all. Black mage cannot move, and most of this is, okay, you had, 2 seconds, now it's time to move again. Alright. And 2 is circle. Got it. Hey, I got the corselet of striking. So if I needed it, now I did in fact get it. Okay. On the right side. Alright, circle. 2 is out. 3 is circle. Okay. Where is 3? Okay. Boing. Do you defy our divine authority? Here comes one of the coolest parts.
なればこれより次なる裁定に移行する。
Let's proceed to your judgment.
昇進が
I love this. I love this part. This part's so cool, dude. Okay, all of the soul vessels are on the right side, which is actually kind of a good thing. Because it's easier to balance when they're all on the right side, since they weigh the most.
天秤の均衡を保ってみせる。
If you don't know what I'm saying, you'll understand in a moment. More on the left, people. More on the left. There we go. Woohoo! That was so close.
時は満ちた。
That was so close.
魂の裁定を執り行う。
I gotta get freaking couple of screenshots from this because this part's so cool. One of these will be the thumbnail, I'm sure. You already know. And we will finish that cutscene before we end off the episode. One of those is a good shot. I don't know which one, but one of those has got to be a good shot. If none of them were, I mean, you know, because I didn't use it as a thumbnail. I feel like one of those has to be the good shot, you know? Orange? Never mind. Whew. GG. Thank you for party. I have all of this garbage except for Radiance. Can't freaking roll on Radiance. Well, I can roll on. I have that one. I have been rolling on Radiance, but I don't freaking get Radiance when I roll on it. So annoying. The one I'm missing from this one. Euphygene, I think I've gotten one of. But freaking Aglaya, the first time I ran this, I got two. And I've not been able to get any since. You know what? Chaos Monkey is new. I'll give him the thing. Ah! I still didn't get Radiance. Chaos Monkey got Radiance. His first run, and he gets the one I'm after. Good job, Chaos Monkey. You're probably not watching this, but good job. You got the one I'm after. But yeah, that's Aglaya. It's so fun, man. It is the best. I should say, these Alliance raids here have been the best out of all of the Alliance raids they've put out so far. Freaking Crystal Tower is a great newbie, but it's very much a newbie. Freaking Shadows of Mach is good. Ivalice kinda sucks. And Nier is the absolute worst one of any of them. Because none of it makes any sense and none of it matters. And that was sort of the problem, was that it's not so much the raids themselves aren't fun, it's that the raids are pointless. Nothing matters in them. And so when you go into it with this, none of this actually matters, it doesn't help you feel engaged in the raids at all. So, plus, freaking the bosses, one boss in the near raids takes almost as long as like 2 of those fights did. So I think this is where we were at. Maybe another line or 2. When it zooms in on Yestola, we'll be there. Well, the many void sent. An excellent question. We know about summoning, but how the frick does that work? Yeah, here. Sort of middling power. And then that's when we got in. Oh, and then that was going to transition into another cutscene. Oh, that's great. That's funny. That would have transitioned into another cutscene. I'm glad I just held there. So for something larger, they need a body to exist, I assume. Ooh.
より力のある注意以上の用意になるとそうはいかない。召喚者一人では賄いきれないような莫大な力を注いで大きなゲートを開く必要がある。
It's the void.
.だから用意召喚では魂だけをこちら側に呼び寄せるの。私たちが誰かさんに第一世界へと呼ばれた時のようにね。
Yep. That was what I was suspecting. Because I was just going to pull the soul. And then that goes into the statues, and the soul brings those to life.
召喚された用意の肉体は第13世界に残ることになるわ。
Those souls go into the statues, and the statues rise.
そして引き寄せられた用意の魂には原初世界で活動するための仮初めの肉体が与えられる。それがより代であり、ガーゴイルの場合は石が最適とされている。
It is. That makes sense.
なるほどな。つまり用意召喚の場合は原初世界側の召喚者という明確な誘導役がいるということか。
Deliberately summoned.
ええ。安全に、そして確実に肉体を保持したまま次元跳躍をするには何らかの誘導役が必要だと理解してもらえたかしら。
私たちが戦った用意の軍勢もアラグ帝国によって開かれたゲートを通って現れた。アラグの魔科学者たちが誘導役を務めたということだな。だが、ボイドクラックのように自然発生した裂け目にはそのような確たる誘導役は存在していないはずだ。だというのに正しく世界がつながっている。そもそもなぜ第13世界とだけ自然に裂け目が通じるくらい簡単に世界がつながるのだ。
That's a good
そ
question.
の謎を解き明かすことができれば、世界を自在に飛び越えるための糸口となるはずよ。
Because, yeah, it's not like we have people or things traveling from the second, the third, the first, etc. It's only the 13th.
おおだがどうやってその謎とやらを調べるつもりなんだ。
まさか
ええ、そのまさかよ。まさに新たなる冒
I
険。
think of it as
とでも言うの
adventure.
かしら。
Time to go through it.
聞いていたのか。人が通れるほどにゲートを拡張する術はすでに失われているのだ。さらにそれができたとて、第13世界へ一歩足を踏み入れた途端、用意の大軍に襲われる羽目になるんだぞ。
もちろん聞いていたわよ。当然私一人では無理でしょうね。でも第13世界へ渡り暗闇の雲を撃退した経験のあるあなたと一緒なら不可能ではないはずよ。
Indeed. Me and 7 other people. Count me in. So much for taking it easy. Count me in. Is this how we're going to get to the trial?
あなたならそう言ってくれると思っていたわ。
We'll go through the trial and there'll be something on the other side that we have to face.
お言葉に甘えてまた頼りにさせてもらうわね。
I mean, maybe not, but it's what I'm guessing.
すぐにでも第13世界へ向かいたいところだけれど、北条会のゲートはラザハンが長年保守管理してきたもの。大主様の許可なしに開けることはできないわね。
It's like, oh, if only there was some way.
先ほども言ったように、恩人である君たちの願いは可能な限り叶えたい。
もちろん用意がこちら側に侵入しないよう細心の注意を払うつもりよ。その前にまずはゲートを拡張する必要があるけれど。
方法はあるのか。
それをあなたに聞きたいのよ。当時の錬金術師たちからどんな手法を使うつもりなのか説明くらい受けていたのではなくて。
ああ、クラックの拡張に関する研究はデミール家の錬金術師に一任していたのだが。
デミール家。デミールの異列教に名を残す錬金術師の名家ね。
They might know something.
詳しい技術論は理解できなかったが、彼らは初めにクラックから現れた用意の一体を解析した。そしてその用意に類似した能力を持つ人工用意とも言うべき魔法人形を作り上げ、クラックの拡張に利用したらしい。
Hmm.
人工用意
I
ですっ
made
て。
void scent. That's interesting.
デミール家は地の都シャーレアンの賢人に憧れていてな。人工用意についてまとめた書物を学会で提出したそうだが、功績と認められるどころか金賞扱いされ大層落ち込んでいたよ。
それならどこかの禁書庫に収蔵されている可能性があるわね。その当時はまだググラ幻想図書館はなかったはず。
Labyrinthos? Or Numenon, or whatever it's called. With the restricted section of Numenon. Hey, I had it right. Was Graha's favorite place to sneak around? With what? Graha's favorite place to sneak around. Numenon!
ええヌーメノン大書院の禁書庫に収蔵されている可能性が高いわね。早速オールドシャーレアンへ向かいましょう。
Sounds like a plan. Will we be able to get to the restricted section though?
そっちは任せた。俺がついてったところで何ができるわけでもあるまい。メラドのやつでも探して基金について教えてやるさ。
Alrighty.
私たちも行きましょう。
Certainly. To Charlene.
本当にボイドへ渡るつもりなのか。ならば私はどうすればいい。
Vertra's gotta make a choice here. Alright. Well, let's head to Charlene. And while we're venturing off that way, I think this will be a good spot to end things at. So that said, I hope you've enjoyed. If you have, feel free to subscribe. You can check the video description down below for a link to the playlist. So that you can get caught up on any episodes that you have missed. There's links to Discord and Patreon. Come hang out with us, chat, all that. Get special perks, yada yada. All that good stuff. You know the drill by now, I'm sure. If not from me, from other YouTubers, I'm sure. So I really doubt anybody's watching this that's like, what is this YouTube thing? So you probably know the drill. So with that, I will see you all next time. See you later.